Remember when homes were built to last generations rather than decades? When clever architectural features solved problems without plugging anything into the wall? Today we're exploring 25 brilliant home features from our grandparents' era that deserve a serious comeback in modern construction. Let's start with wraparound porches with deep shade. These architectural marvels wrapped around two or more sides of a home, creating what amounted to an outdoor living room that stayed cool even on the hottest summer days. The deep overhangs, often 8 to 10 feet wide, blocked direct sunlight from hitting the house walls, naturally reducing indoor temperatures by as much as 15 degrees. In the 1920s and 30s, nearly 70% of new homes featured these spacious porches where families spent entire evenings after dinner. Kids played board games on rainy afternoons, and neighbors stopped by for impromptu conversations over lemonade. The decline started in the 1950s when air conditioning became affordable and suburban lots shrank, pushing social life indoors and behind privacy fences. Today's narrow token porches can't hold a rocking chair comfortably, let alone foster the kind of community connections these grand wraparounds created. Modern builders claim they're too expensive, but considering they eliminate the need for costly outdoor furniture, provide natural cooling that cuts energy bills, and add serious curb appeal that increases home values by up to 12%, they're actually one of the smartest investments a homeowner could make. Built-in breakfast nooks. These ingenious corner configurations transformed dead kitchen space into the heart of daily family life, typically featuring a built-in bench along two walls with storage hidden underneath, a custom-fit table, and sometimes even drawers built into the wall itself. Breakfast nooks maximized every square inch while creating an intimate dining space perfect for morning coffee or homework sessions. During the 1940s and 50s, over half of middle-class homes included these cozy alcoves, which cost about $40 to build, roughly $600 in today's money. The genius lay in their efficiency. They used 30% less floor space than a traditional dining set while seating the same number of people. And the built-in storage could hold everything from table linens to board games to seasonal decorations. Families actually ate together more often because the nook was right there in the kitchen, making it natural to sit down even for quick meals. The trend died out in the 1970s when open floor plans became fashionable and formal dining rooms seemed more sophisticated. Yet modern families spending thousands on kitchen islands that everyone stands around could create more meaningful gathering spaces for less money with these charming built-in nooks that force you to slow down, sit down, and actually connect over meals. Dutch doors. These cleverly split doors, divided horizontally so the top and bottom sections operate independently, solved multiple household challenges with simple mechanical elegance. Popular from colonial times through the 1950s, Dutch doors let homeowners open the top half for fresh air and conversation while keeping the bottom closed to contain toddlers and pets, essentially functioning as a baby gate, screen door, and regular door all in one. The design originated in the Netherlands in the 1600s to keep farm animals out while letting light and air in, but American homes embraced them for their versatility and charm. A quality Dutch door in 1955 cost about $35, equivalent to $400 today, and lasted literally forever with basic maintenance. They were especially common in kitchens where cooks could chat with children playing in the yard while keeping them safely outside during meal prep. The top half often featured a shelf that served as a pass-through for groceries or a spot to cool fresh-baked pies. Their decline began with central air conditioning and heightened security concerns in the 1960s, plus the rise of sliding glass doors that seemed more modern. Today's parents installing expensive video monitoring systems and smart locks could achieve better results with these time-tested Dutch doors that provide supervision, ventilation, and style, while actually encouraging face-to-face interaction. with neighbors. Sleeping porches. Before air conditioning became standard, these screened-in bedroom additions provided the ultimate solution for sweltering summer nights. Common from the 1900s through the 1940s, sleeping porches featured walls of screening on three sides, waterproof flooring, and often canvas curtains that could be rolled down during storms. Entire families would move their beds out to these breezy spaces from June through September, with some hardy souls sleeping there year-round, even in northern climates, bundled under heavy quilts. The health movement of the early 1900s promoted fresh air as a cure for everything from tuberculosis to nervous exhaustion, and doctors actually prescribed sleeping porch rest for various ailments. By 1920, house plan catalogs showed that 65% of new two-story homes included sleeping porches, typically accessed through French doors from a second-floor bedroom. These spaces cost about $200 to add in 1925, around $3,000 in current dollars, but saved fortunes in doctor bills and lost workdays from heat-related illnesses. Some porches were elaborate affairs with built-in daybeds, ceiling fans, and even primitive intercom systems to the main house. The advent of affordable window air conditioning units in the 1950s spelled their doom as families opted for mechanical cooling over natural breezes. Modern homeowners spending hundreds monthly on electricity could slash their bills while sleeping better with these magical spaces that reconnect us with natural temperature rhythms and the soothing sounds of night. Transom windows. These horizontal windows positioned above interior doors were architectural workhorses that solved multiple problems without using a watt of electricity. Standard in homes from the 1880s through the 1940s, transoms allowed air and light to flow between rooms even when doors were closed for privacy. The typical transom measured about 14 inches tall and matched the door width, featuring either fixed glass or operable panels that could be tilted open with a long pole or chain mechanism. In the pre-electric era, they were essential for moving lamplight from lit hallways into dark bedrooms, and their placement above door height created a chimney effect that pulled hot air up and out. Original transoms from the 1920s featured stunning artistic glass designs that cast colored light patterns, turning functional elements into decorative focal points. They were particularly crucial in row houses and apartments where windows only existed on front and back walls. Transoms enabled cross-ventilation through the entire living space. The average cost to install transoms throughout a house in 1930 was about $50, equivalent to $800 today. Building codes started restricting them in the 1960s over fire safety concerns, though properly constructed transoms with wire-reinforced glass actually helped firefighters locate victims in smoke. Today's homeowners dealing with dark hallways, stuffy bedrooms, and astronomical electric bills could solve all three problems with these elegant windows that work around the clock for free. Root cellars. These underground storage spaces maintained consistent temperatures between 32 and 40 degrees year-round without any mechanical systems, preserving food for months using only the Earth's natural insulation. Built into hillsides or dug beneath houses, root cellars from the early 1900s through the 1950s typically measured 8 by 10 feet with 7-foot ceilings, concrete or stone walls, and cleverly designed ventilation systems that regulated humidity. A properly constructed root cellar could store a family's entire harvest. Potatoes stayed firm until June, apples remained crisp through March, and canned goods lasted years without spoiling. The construction cost in 1935 averaged $75, about $1,500 today, but saved families hundreds annually on groceries. During the Depression and World War II, a well-stocked root cellar meant the difference between eating well and going hungry. These spaces stored more than vegetables. They held home canned goods, cured meats, cheese, and even served as storm shelters and wine caves. The humidity control was ingenious. Too dry and vegetables shriveled, too moist, and they rotted. But root cellars maintained the perfect balance through gravel floors that absorbed excess moisture and vents that could be adjusted seasonally. Supermarkets and refrigeration killed them off by the 1960s, but modern preppers and sustainability enthusiasts rediscovering root cellars find they preserve food better than refrigerators while using zero electricity and providing food security mechanical systems can't match. Pocket doors. These space-saving sliding doors that disappeared completely into wall pockets were standard features in Victorian and craftsman homes from the 1880s through the 1930s. Unlike modern barn doors that hang on exposed tracks, pocket doors vanished entirely when open, allowing rooms to flow together for entertaining or separate for privacy. The mechanism consisted of a steel track hidden in the wall cavity with trolley hangers that let heavy solid wood doors glide silently on ball bearings. Quality pocket door hardware from the 1920s, still functioning perfectly in many historic homes today, cost about $15 per door, roughly $200 in current money. These doors were particularly brilliant in small homes where traditional swinging doors ate up precious floor space. Dining rooms could open completely to living rooms for parties, then close for intimate dinners. Children's bedrooms could connect for playtime, but separate for sleeping. The standard pocket door saved 9 square feet of floor space compared to a swinging door, enough room for an entire piece of furniture. They fell from favor in the 1950s when cheaper hollow-core swinging doors and drywall construction made wall pockets seem complicated and expensive. Modern contractors claim they're too difficult to install, yet original pocket doors installed over a century ago still operate flawlessly. Today's tiny house movement and soaring real estate prices make these vanishing doors more relevant than ever, maximizing living space while adding architectural elegance modern sliding doors can't match. Hardwood floors built for refinishing. Original hardwood floors from our grandparents' era featured solid 3/4-inch thick planks that could be sanded and refinished dozens of times over centuries. These floors, typically oak, maple, or pine, were installed with craftsmanship that assumed multiple generations would walk on them. The wood was air-dried for years before milling, preventing the warping and gaps plaguing modern, kiln-dried lumber. In 1940, solid hardwood flooring cost about $2 per square foot installed, $30 in today's money, but lasted literally forever with basic maintenance. The installation process took weeks, with each board individually selected, matched for grain, and blind-nailed by hand. These floors improved with age, developing rich patinas and character marks that told family stories. Scratches from Grandpa's rocking chair, worn paths to the kitchen, even the occasional burn mark from a dropped cigarette became part of the home's history, rather than damage requiring replacement. Compare that to today's engineered flooring with veneer so thin it can only be refinished once or twice before the composite backing shows through. Modern laminate flooring that mimics wood grain lasts maybe 15 years before looking shabby, while original 1920s hardwood floors, refinished every few decades, still look magnificent after a century. The real tragedy is that maintaining these floors costs less over time than repeatedly replacing modern alternatives, yet builders push disposable flooring because it generates repeat business. Picture rails. These narrow wooden moldings installed horizontally around room perimeters about 12 to 18 inches below the ceiling were standard in homes from the 1890s through the 1940s. Picture rails allowed homeowners to hang artwork from nearly invisible wires or decorative chains without putting a single hole in their plaster walls, crucial when walls were three-coat plaster over lath that could crack and crumble from nail holes. The system was ingenious. Special hooks grabbed the rail's curved top edge, wires or chains dropped to any height, and pictures could be adjusted, moved, or grouped without tools or damage. A typical 1920s home had picture rails in every main room, installed for about $3 per room, $45 in today's dollars. These rails weren't just functional, they were decorative elements that created visual boundaries between wall and ceiling colors, making 8-foot ceilings appear taller. Homeowners could completely redecorate for seasons or occasions in minutes, hanging everything from paintings to mirrors to textile art. The rails also supported heavy items that would require special anchors today: large mirrors, tapestries, even lightweight shelving systems. They disappeared in the 1950s when drywall construction made patching holes easier and modern art hanging systems seemed more flexible. Yet today's renters losing security deposits over nail holes and homeowners destroying walls trying to find studs would benefit immensely from these brilliant rails that let you decorate freely without committing to placement or causing damage. Laundry chutes. These built-in vertical passages transported dirty clothes from bedrooms and bathrooms directly to the laundry room, eliminating the weekly struggle of hauling heavy hampers down multiple flights of stairs. Standard in middle-class homes from the 1920s through the 1960s, laundry chutes were typically lined with smooth metal or finished wood, measuring about 14 inches square with spring-loaded doors on each floor. The engineering was surprisingly sophisticated. Proper chutes included fire stops between floors and self-closing doors that met building codes while preventing children from climbing inside. Installation in 1945 cost approximately $40, about $600 today, but saved countless hours of labor and prevented numerous stair-falling accidents. The convenience was life-changing. Drop dirty clothes the moment you changed, never see hampers cluttering bedrooms, and find everything already gathered when laundry day arrived. Some elaborate systems included separate chutes for lights and darks, or branches from multiple bathrooms converging into one basement destination. They vanished when ranch homes eliminated second floors and modern fire codes grew stricter, though properly built chutes with appropriate fire stopping were never actually dangerous. Today's families trudging baskets up and down stairs, dealing with teenagers' room floor laundry piles, and suffering back injuries from carrying heavy loads, could solve these problems instantly with laundry chutes that make dirty clothes magically disappear to exactly where they need to be. Clawfoot tubs. These freestanding cast-iron bathtubs on decorative feet represented the pinnacle of bathing luxury from the 1880s through the 1930s, offering advantages modern built-in tubs can't match. The elevated design allowed complete access for cleaning underneath. No more mysterious mildew growing in impossible-to-reach spaces behind modern tub surrounds. Cast iron retained heat far better than today's acrylic or fiberglass, keeping bath water warm for over an hour without adding more hot water. The porcelain enamel coating, when properly maintained, lasted literally centuries without staining, chipping, or wearing thin like modern gel coat finishes. A quality Clawfoot tub in 1925 cost about $75, $1,100 in today's money, expensive but worth it for something your great-grandchildren would still use. These tubs were also surprisingly practical. The freestanding design meant plumbing repairs required no wall demolition, just sliding the tub aside. Their depth, typically 18 to 20 inches compared to modern tubs 14 inches, allowed actual immersion for therapeutic soaking. The decline began in the 1940s when built-in tubs seemed more modern and created storage ledges for toiletries. Builders promoted the change because built-ins were cheaper to install and hid sloppy construction behind tub surrounds. Today's homeowners, spending fortunes on whirlpool tubs that break down and leak, could have timeless elegance and superior function with clawfoot tubs that never go out of style and work forever with basic maintenance. Built-in cabinetry. Custom millwork integrated into a home's architecture was standard in quality construction from the 1900s through the 1950s, maximizing storage while maintaining clean sight lines. These weren't just kitchen cabinets, but comprehensive storage systems throughout homes, built-in china hutches in dining rooms, linen closets with adjustable cedar shelving, bedroom wardrobes with specialized compartments, and living room bookcases flanking fireplaces. Master craftsmen created these pieces on-site, matching wood species and finishes to existing trim, ensuring perfect fit and proportion. The 1920s Sears catalog showed built-in installation, averaging $50 per room, about $750 today, but eliminating the need for multiple furniture pieces that cost far more collectively. Built-ins used every inch efficiently. Dead corners became lazy Susans. Spaces under stairs housed pull-out drawers, and narrow walls between windows accommodated display shelves. The craftsmanship was extraordinary. Dovetailed drawers, adjustable shelving on brass standards, and hardware that operated smoothly after decades of use. Mass-produced furniture killed the tradition in the 1960s when it became cheaper to buy prefab pieces than pay skilled carpenters. Modern homes stuffed with mismatched furniture that doesn't quite fit, leaving wasted gaps and cluttered sightlines, would benefit enormously from built-in cabinetry that creates seamless storage, increases home values, and eliminates the endless cycle of buying, moving, and discarding furniture that never quite works. Attic fans. These powerful whole-house exhaust fans installed in the highest point of a home's attic could drop indoor temperatures by 10 degrees in minutes without the expense and health issues of air conditioning. Popular from the 1920s through the 1960s, attic fans worked on simple physics: hot air rises, so pulling it out the top while drawing cooler air through open windows created refreshing breezes throughout the house. A typical 1940s attic fan measured 30 to 42 inches across, moved 4,000 cubic feet per minute, and cost about $35 installed, $500 in today's money. The energy efficiency was remarkable. Attic fans used 90% less electricity than central air conditioning while providing adequate cooling for all but the hottest days. Operating one cost about 2 cents per hour versus 20 cents for AC. The fans also prevented moisture buildup that causes mold, extended roof shingle life by reducing attic temperatures, and eliminated that stuffy, stagnant feeling plaguing modern sealed homes. Installation included louvers that closed automatically when the fan stopped, preventing heat loss in winter. They declined when central air became standard in new construction, and people prioritized consistent cold over natural cooling. Today's homeowners facing $1,000 summer electric bills and health problems from recirculated air could slash costs and breathe better with attic fans that cool homes naturally while using barely more power than a light bulb. Mail slots. These simple door-mounted or wall-embedded openings for mail delivery solved multiple problems elegantly without any moving parts or electricity. Standard in homes from the 1920s through the 1970s, mail slots meant never missing deliveries, never having packages stolen, and never having mail damaged by weather. The typical slot measured 2 inches by 11 inches with an interior flap preventing drafts and prying eyes, plus an interior collection box or cage preventing mail from scattered across the floor. Installation in 1950 cost about $8, $100 today, but eliminated the ongoing expense and maintenance of exterior mailboxes. Mail slots were particularly brilliant in cities where porch pirates weren't yet named but definitely existed, and in harsh climates where external mailboxes filled with snow or baked in desert heat. The Postal Service loved them because carriers could deliver in any weather without leaving the sidewalk, speeding routes considerably. Some elaborate versions included speaking tubes for communicating with delivery people, separate slots for newspapers and milk bottles, and even early package receiving boxes with exterior locks. They disappeared as suburban development favored curbside delivery and security concerns grew about openings indoors, though properly designed mail slots with interior boxes were actually more secure than exterior mailboxes anyone could access. Modern households dealing with stolen packages, weather-damaged mail, and the hassle of holding mail during vacations would benefit immensely from mail slots that keep deliveries secure and dry inside homes automatically. Butler's pantries. These transitional spaces between kitchens and dining rooms served as command centers for meal staging and storage from the 1890s through the 1950s. More than just storage rooms, Butler's pantries included counters for plating, sinks for washing, crystal and china, and specialized storage for everything from silver to table linens. The typical Butler's pantry measured 6 by 8 feet with floor-to-ceiling cabinetry. Drawers lined with Pacific cloth to prevent silver tarnishing, and glass front cabinets displaying fine china. In 1930, adding a butler's pantry cost about $200, $3,000 today, but eliminated kitchen clutter and transformed entertaining from stressful to elegant. These spaces allowed hosts to prepare elaborate meals without guests seeing the chaos. Dirty dishes could disappear instantly from dining rooms, and valuable serving pieces stayed protected but accessible. The design was brilliant. Pocket doors or swinging doors with windows let servers see both directions, preventing collisions while maintaining privacy. Pass-through windows allowed food to move efficiently while keeping cooking sounds and smells contained. Many included their own refrigerators for beverages and desserts, freeing up kitchen refrigerators for meal preparation. Open-concept floor plans killed Butler's pantries in the 1960s when kitchen visibility became fashionable. Modern hosts trying to cook, serve, and clean while entertaining guests in great rooms where everything's visible would find Butler's pantries transform stressful dinner parties into gracious occasions where meal staging happens behind scenes. Radiant hot water heating. These systems circulated hot water through pipes embedded in floors or radiators, providing gentle, even heat without the dust, noise, and drafts of forced air. Common from the 1900s through the 1960s, radiant systems created superior comfort by warming objects and people directly rather than just heating air that immediately rises to the ceiling. The cast iron radiators doubled as architectural features, with ornate Victorian designs becoming sculptural room elements. A typical 1940s boiler system cost about $300 installed, $4,500 today, but lasted 70+ years with minimal maintenance. The efficiency was remarkable. Water holds heat far better than air, so radiant systems maintained steady temperatures using less energy. The health benefits were significant too. No blown dust triggering allergies, no dry air requiring humidifiers, and no temperature swings causing respiratory irritation. Radiant floor heating, where pipes ran through concrete slabs, created the ultimate luxury of warm floors on cold mornings. The systems were virtually silent except for occasional peaceful radiator pings, unlike modern furnaces roaring to life every 20 minutes. They declined when forced air systems became cheaper to install and could double for air conditioning distribution. Today's homeowners, suffering through uneven heating, astronomical gas bills, and allergy problems from forced air, would find radiant heating provides superior comfort, better health, and lower operating costs despite higher installation prices. Large awnings. Window and door awnings from the early 1900s through the 1960s reduced cooling costs by 77% on sun-facing windows while adding distinctive architectural character. These weren't flimsy modern afterthoughts, but substantial structures of canvas or aluminum extending 3 to 4 feet from buildings, adjustable for seasonal sun angles. Professional installation of awnings for an entire house in 1950 averaged $150, about $1,800 today, but paid for themselves in one summer through reduced cooling costs. The science was simple but effective. Blocking sun before it hit windows prevented solar heat gain far more efficiently than any interior treatment. Awnings dropped interior temperatures by up to 15 degrees on south-facing rooms. The designs were gorgeous too. Striped patterns added color and personality, while scalloped edges created elegant shadow patterns. Many featured drop-down sides for additional protection during storms. Retractable versions could be adjusted seasonally, providing summer shade but allowing winter sun for passive heating. Window awnings also protected furnishings from UV damage, extending the life of curtains, carpets, and upholstery significantly. They disappeared when air conditioning became universal and vinyl siding couldn't support their weight properly. Modern homeowners blasting AC while sun pounds through windows, then covering those windows with heavy curtains that block natural light, would save money and live. Better with awnings that selectively control sun exposure while maintaining views and daylight. Solid brass hardware, doorknobs, hinges, and fixtures from the early 1900s through the 1940s featured solid brass construction that improved with age rather than deteriorating. Unlike today's brass-plated zinc that wears through to ugly base metal, solid brass hardware developed rich patinas that could be polished bright or left to age gracefully. A complete set of solid brass hardware for a 1920s home cost about $20, $300 today, but lasted centuries with zero maintenance beyond occasional polishing if desired. The quality was extraordinary. Mortise lock sets with intricate mechanisms still functioning perfectly after 100 years of daily use, hinges supporting heavy doors without sagging, and doorknobs that never loosened or wobbled. The antimicrobial properties of brass, which naturally kills bacteria and viruses on contact, made these fixtures inherently more sanitary than modern materials. Brass hardware was also infinitely repairable. Any competent locksmith could rebuild mechanisms using standard parts, unlike today's proprietary designs requiring complete replacement. The weight and feel communicated quality. Opening a door with a solid brass handle provided tactile satisfaction modern hollow hardware can't match. Mass production of cheap imported hardware in the 1960s convinced homeowners that replacing fixtures every decade was normal. Today's consumers buying new lock sets every few years because plating wore off or mechanisms failed would save money long-term with solid brass hardware that looks better after a century than modern hardware does after 5 years. Thanks for exploring these brilliant home features with us. If this brought back memories, share them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend about your favorites.